Honey Brown Eyes is set during the war in Bosnia, and it's about two soldiers whose lives are forever changed by two women the war has stranded in their kitchens. The two soldiers used to be in a band together, in a new wave band back in the late 80s. As a writer, I really wanted to stretch myself and write a war play, and part of me felt like I couldn't, and so this one has ended up, this is a kitchen sink drama and a war play, which was sort of my angle in on it. The other thing was my heritage is from Slovenia and sort of that part of the world, but I felt like I really knew nothing. And so this play was my own sort of education process.
One of the things that's really interesting about Honey Brown Eyes is the music. Americans don't think about the fact that there is a huge punk rock movement in the Balkan world, and that two members of a Balkan punk rock band who were close could end up on the opposite sides of this sectarian violence, and then come to understand how stupid it all is. The fact that this story is set against the backdrop of rock and roll music in a world where we're not suspecting to find it really gives it a unique flavor and brings it home in immediacy to us.
What I love about directing the play is that it takes place dead center in the Bosnian War, but this happens in two kitchens. So we have soldiers who used to be best buddies on opposite sides of the war, entering separate kitchens, one in Sarajevo, one in Visegrad. And what this story really brings out that I think is so important, especially in this age where it seems that genocide is just so prevalent, which we thought was over back, you know, with the Nazis. The big, beautiful thing that the play brings out is that even in evil times, there are good people. And it's that light of hope that keeps us going and keeps us alive.
This was so ridiculous, you know, once it really started spiraling, and that really what saved a lot of people is noticing someone that they grew up with. At first it was a very intermixed culture. You know, you have suddenly these lines that have been drawn, and you have someone who has a gun and it's ushering you somewhere, but you realize you went to, you know, they were your friend, or you went to school with, you know, it was the only thing that got people out of an awful circumstance. They would survive maybe because someone would be like, well, I grew up with you.
Audiences are going to get hit hard with this because it is true, it's based on true stories. This whole thing was brought together by Stefanie's research and all that. So it's going to hit heavy because we're talking about real life. But at the end, I think they're going to walk away full, and they're going to walk away really feeling like they've shared an experience, an important experience. Hopefully be lifted by that beautiful light that goodness can bring out in people.